Welcome to the Sri Vidya Shakta Tantra School. My name is Janice Craig, and I want to take a moment to invite you to a program I'm offering February 20th. That's a 7-week online course called 777. And this program is designed for people who are curious about Sri Vidya, who are curious about an authentic Tantra-based practice that is rooted in the worship of Shakti. Before I go into the details of this program, I want to share a little bit with you about what Shakta Tantra and Sri Vidya is. So Shakta Tantra is one of 3 sects of Tantra that comes from the East. We have Shaivism, Vaishnavism, and Shaktism, the worship of Shiva, the worship of Krishna, the worship of Shakti. So Shakta Tantra is the worship of life force, of the creative energy. You could say that we are pro-life. And Sri Vidya is one of 2 schools within Shakta Tantra. There is the worship of Kali and the worship of Shri. Kali and Shri, even though they have different faces, one is fierce and one is benevolent, you cannot have one without the other, right? It's always there, and there are 2 sides of the same coin. So Sri Vidya is the worship of that benevolent, splendid, graceful energy, and Vidya means knowledge or wisdom. So it is through the worship of this Shri energy that we are receiving the blessings of the wisdom or the knowledge to hopefully take us to freedom and liberation. And more importantly, to understand that we have the opportunity to experience that freedom in this body, in this existence. So the residing deity in Sri Vidya, the Sri Devi, is Lalita Tripura Sundari. And she sits in the center of the Sri Yantra. The Sri Yantra is a sacred geometric form that is one of the main tools that we work with. There's 2 main tools. It's mantra, sacred sound, and yantra, sacred geometry. So wrapping this back now into the 777, we are going to first talk about the philosophy of Sri Vidya, and then each week we are going to work, the 1st through 6th week, we're going to work up through the chakras, and you will be receiving a mantra transmission for each chakra with that deity that is specific to Sri Vidya. We will be also looking at the mythology and the symbology of that deity, as well as being in a self-inquiry around the energy of the chakras. We are also establishing a practice or a relationship with the deity through sacred sound, and so there's a lot that happens through that process. And in the 6th week, we will be culminating in person for a full moon weekend on Lalita Tripura Sundari. And that is in Marin, and it's optional, but highly, highly recommended. And there's more details online about that. I'm very excited to share that weekend with you. So the 7th week will be the last week of the course, and we will begin to taste Lalita Tripura Sundari in our practice. So I'm here and available to answer any questions that you might have, and I'm very excited to share this with whoever is called. Please pass this on if you feel it's resonant for someone that you might know. And I'm going to post a link down below for you to click on that has more details, as well as for the next 7 days, I'm going to be offering just a little fact about Sri Vidya, Shakta Tantra, Lalita, Sri Devi, for you to begin to gain a little bit of knowledge around what this path is. So, thank you for joining me, and blessings and Jai Ma.